Hey YouTube, what's going on? All right, so you guys want to know about passports and jurisdiction and non-U.S. national or sovereign citizen. All right, now first of all, the reason why a lot of these people are getting bothered and harassed and they're, saying like, oh, I'm a sovereign citizen. You have to understand the United States government doesn't acknowledge types of citizenship that aren't in their database. Okay, they just don't, and they don't have to. They've got the big gun. So what it is that everything starts with the jurisdiction. All right, so when you're sitting here and you're like, oh, I'm traveling and I'm a sovereign citizen. Well, the problem is they don't recognize you saying sovereign citizen. There's such things as sovereigns and there's such things as citizens. But when you combine the two, you're basically just saying that I'm a free slave. Okay, so what you really want to do is get on or become what they call a non-U.S. national. What you got to do is look up Yusuf L's video on YouTube, and it's called "Do Not Detain List." All right. What you got to do is change your nationality. All right, your citizenship, because U.S. government pretty much only identifies federal citizens. That's what most people are. So when your parents got you your birth certificate and your social security number and all other stuff, that basically quietly contracted you into becoming a federal citizen or a 14th Amendment citizen. Okay, so when you use like their zip code and all that stuff, you're utilizing their services, which quietly makes you it's a nonverbal contract. You're agreeing that you're underneath their jurisdiction. Okay, that's why they're able to do these things. So when you still have your passport, or not your passport, excuse me, your driver's license, you're utilizing their zip code, you're utilizing their, the IRS taxes and stuff. What you're basically saying is, I'm under your jurisdiction. That'd be like, let me put it to you in a different way. Let's say Microsoft formed their own nation, all right, nation of Microsoft, just like there's a nation of Moors. Okay, anything you wear a Microsoft t-shirt, you wear Microsoft socks, Microsoft drawers, and then you go somewhere and you get into trouble, and then Microsoft is like, well, you're our people, and you're still wearing their underwear, their drawers, and their hat, and waving a Microsoft banner, and Microsoft's like, well, you owe us this money for doing these things, and you're like, no, I don't. I'm a sovereign Microsoft person. Okay, so it starts with jurisdiction. You have to get out from underneath their jurisdiction by changing your nationality, and you can do that by changing your passport or writing a letter of declaration and getting it to the Department of Travel in the government. Okay, you have to send it to them so that they know, and they can update their database to say that this person is, no longer a U.S. citizen. Okay, and they've got you fooled because you think you're a United States of America Republic citizen, and you're not. Well, you're born with it, but you're not claiming it. Okay, that's how you become a non-U.S. national. By the easiest way is by changing your passport. And once you look at the Yusuf L video, "Do Not Detain List," look that up, and that'll explain everything in detail. I'm not going to break it down here. I've done that, but you also have to remove yourself from their things. I mean, if you can't have a driver's license because that's still a contract to them. All right, so you have to get rid of those things. You have to get rid of pretty much everything that's theirs because that's all part of their benefit. And if you receive the benefit, then you are agreeing to the rules and laws that there are in. So, but I'm not telling you just to jump out and do this. You have to do your research. But like when you get in trouble with the cops and judges and lawyers and all other stuff, that's because you're in their system. All right, you have to remove yourself from that system. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to say that it's not a different way of life. It may not be for everybody. Yusuf L will explain a lot of that in his video. I just want this to get out there to, especially like the brothers out there who are trying to claim that, if you can claim you can be a Moor. You can also be a Moor. That's another way to remove your nationality. I also went ahead and became a citizen of Ladonia. I think it's ladonia.org, O-R-G. And so I have a second citizenship. Now, most people don't know when you're born in the United States of America that you're born a non-U.S. national, and you're also then contracted into becoming a U.S. citizen. Now think about it. You ever notice why they don't say, are you a USA citizen? They're asking if you're a U.S. citizen. Okay, it's a play on words. All right, that's why everything is, are you legally allowed to be in the U.S.? If you look up the definition of U.S., which is also in Yusufel's video, it's a private corporation or a nation that exists in Washington, D.C., but they don't want you to know that. Okay, so just like if I formed the nation of Bad Wolf and I, made it USSB or something that seems like it's US, okay, they're fooling you. They fooled you. They've been fooling people for a long time. So you're not you are a U.S. citizen by contract, but luckily for you, you can get out of that. Now, that does not mean they still can't pull you over. It doesn't mean that you still can't be held liable for doing damage to people's property or, or hurting people. You can still be held liable for those kind of things. But all the other stuff, for the most part, you're sovereign too once you reclaim your non-U.S. citizenship or non-U.S. national. Until then, it doesn't matter if you have these papers and things, written down or downloaded and copied or whatever. So you have to remove yourself that way. But yes, you can download those papers and claim your nationality, but you have to get it in front of the right people. And the best way to do that is by your passport. Okay, then it's an official card stating who and what you are from the government. Okay, that's something that they can't really argue too much with. You just printing it up and signing it, that's your own personal declaration. And when a cop pulls you over, he's not going to he doesn't understand half of that. Okay, they don't go to school. Most of these people are not, some of them are nice, okay, but most of them are not the brightest. And they also are not taught all the ways of law, especially federal laws and things of that nature, which usurp their level of laws. Okay, that's why you can take things to the Supreme Court, which is above their level. But you still have to go get it notarized, and even if you go get it notarized, you're going to want it done recognized by your state or especially by the federal government. That's where it really needs to be done, because they need to show you that. So the best way to do it is to start by getting your passport done, filled out the right way. And like I said, I've actually sold my car to my country through a bill of sale, so that it's foreign to them. They can't touch anything that's foreign. It's one nation against another nation, and they can't touch something that belongs to another nation. They can only touch stuff that belongs to them within their jurisdiction. All right, so that's where the passport comes in at. I'm outside of their jurisdiction. As long as I don't do anything ridiculous, they don't have anything on me. I don't belong underneath. I'm not in their system. I'm not in their matrix. And there's a lot of other little things that come along with it, but I'm not going to give everything away because I need you to do your research. So go watch Yusufel's video. Continue to hit that bell, like, and subscribe, and I will keep you guys posted on what the truth of the this matrix mad world that we're dealing with is. So start there and continue to dig and look up your straw man and all those other fascinating things. So that's pretty much about it. As I continue to go through, I will let you guys know, but that's a majority of it in a nutshell. Just go get your passport done. First, go look up Yusuf L's Do Not Detain List video. Follow those instructions to the letter. I've gone as far as contacting the people who actually issue passports to find out things like, what do the 3 or 4 asterisks mean? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 asterisks mean on your passport. They haven't gotten back to me. I contacted my state about becoming a non-U.S. national, and they responded by saying, we don't have the jurisdiction to basically do anything, to hold me liable for various things that are beneficial to those of us. They actually even returned my letter saying that they don't have the ability to hold it because basically I'm outside of their jurisdiction, like I said. And even when I mailed them my information, I didn't use the zip code on there because that's federal. All right, so and then the IRS, I contacted them about do I have to pay them taxes, and they didn't send anything back because I'm outside of their jurisdiction. I sent it to the CEO of it. I sent it to all the other offices. Not one letter came back because they don't want to send any acknowledgement that paying taxes is only optional, and it's voluntary. If if you're outside of the system. If you're a U.S. citizen, they have every right to collect taxes, and you're damn right they're going to do it, and you should pay your taxes because you belong to their system. So, but these are the things you have to find out and you have to look up for yourself. Like I said, this lifestyle may not be for everybody, because you're waiving the benefits. But like if you get a ticket, for instance, you sign UCC 1-308. Basically, I'm not contracting because I don't belong to your system, and they're trying to pin it on your straw man anyway. And as long as you have abandoned it or rescinded it or closed your account, all they can do is try to go after that, your driver's license or what, those things. There's ways to get a bank account without having a social security number, because obviously they can put levies and liens against those things. Other benefits would be like your land. If you own a house like I do here, you can get that put into an allodial state where you move it outside of their so-called federal system, and you don't have to deal with paying taxes. So there's a lot of things and benefits to it, but start with that video. It will be if you found this video, great. Like I said, don't forget to, if this is your first time watching any of my videos, you'll know that I'm only and always post the truth, the bad wolf. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go on and make some more videos about some other stuff, and talk to you later. All right, hopefully this helps you guys out. So go get your passport done. Go do it right. Get it done.